Now that I've had a few days to sit around and think more about the upcoming Lies of P DLC, Overture, I've come up with a new theory for how things will play out that I feel really good about. And the topic of this video is actually something I've wanted to make since even before I made my Gemini lore theory video, and now I think I finally have a good reason to. So in my last video about DLC predictions, I theorized that the overall goal of the DLC is to save Sophia by preventing the events of the Rose Estate from happening. And while I do still agree with that in general, I've got some more specific thoughts around it. When we find Sophia's actual body in the tower, she's in immense pain and asks us to save her.
It hurts so much. I want to be free. Please.
What do we do? I don't know. I can't make this choice. I think she wants to live, but what will you do? You have to decide. You, not me. Keep her alive, perhaps against her wishes, or give her peace.
We're then given a choice to let her live or to give her peace. Now, the most common choice players make is probably to give her peace. This gives us the cutscene where we place our hand on Sophia's chest and absorb her ergo. This changes our hair, gives us humanity, and awards us with the entreat gesture and a record, Shadow Flower. Then, at the end of the game, if we've collected enough humanity and defeated the nameless puppet, then we get the Rise of P ending and return Sophia's ergo to her in the form of a new puppet body. Now, this seems to be the right answer, the choice that the game wants us to make. But remember, it's a choice. The game gives us the choice to give her peace or let her live. And there seems to be no benefit to letting her live. But there are a few things that have always made me feel like this option was unfinished. First, let's listen again to what Gemini says.
I don't know. I can't make this choice. I think she wants to live, but...
He says, I think she wants to live, but then tells us he can't make the choice. So we make it. And if we do, this is what happens.
Help me. My energy is...
Sophia, I can't seem to make contact, but I can still sense her. You're right. I think there could be other ways to save Sophia. Let's keep going.
We get the entreat gesture, same as before, but we also get humanity, and that's weird. Humanity is the game's way of awarding us for acting human, but why would it reward us if this option is the bad one, the one that kills Sophia? This is insanely interesting for a multitude of reasons. Sophia starts to say something about her energy and then drops off. So she's losing power, basically. Her ergo is fading. Then Gemini says that he can still sense her. So she's not dead, she's just unconscious. Then he says there could be other ways to save Sophia. So why am I bringing all of this up now? Why didn't I make a video about it sooner? Well, aside from Gemini's dialogue about there maybe being other ways to save her, as well as the choice awarding you with humanity, the most peculiar part is that Sophia doesn't actually die until we try to progress up through the alchemist's tower. As soon as we get close to this doorway, it triggers dialogue from Gemini.
Sophia, I think she's gone, pal. I can't sense her anymore.
So this is the trigger point. However, if we never go towards this door, we can exit Sophia's room and revisit any area of the game that we've been to previously. And when I first started playing Lies of P, I was convinced that I was going to be the first person in the world to figure out the alternative way of saving Sophia. I went back and played through every single area of the game looking for new clues or items or NPCs and found nothing. I did playthroughs where I collected items that were part of other NPC quests like the apple and the Archbishop's Holy Mark and the cure for Antonia and took those to Sophia. They had no effect. I tried blowing the faded whistle. I tried using every gesture. I tried absolutely everything I could think of, and nothing had any effect on Sophia. And ultimately, every time I had to pass through the doorway and hear Gemini tell me that she's gone. But now, with the DLC approaching and this mysterious new item that we use to travel back in time, I'm wondering if they're connected. What if our entire journey in the DLC culminates with us meeting Sophia in the past and having her charge this amulet with some of her own ergo that we can then take back to the present day Sophia and use it to save her for real this time? That would mean that the rest of the game would still play out as normal, going through the Alchemist's Tower, fighting Simon and the Nameless Puppet. But the DLC would enable us to unlock a new ending where Sophia is alive. That makes total sense to me. I've always felt like there was something missing from the base game regarding this choice with Sophia. And now I think this is why. It was a plan for DLC content all along. And now that I think about it, once you defeat Simon, he asks you what you've done to Sophia. And you can say that you gave her peace, or you can say that you freed her, which I always thought was kind of an odd dialogue scenario. But if you truly can free Sophia now, then that makes a whole lot of sense. Guys, that's it for today. I am so excited about this DLC. Let me know what you think about this theory. Do you think that there will be a way to save Sophia, or do you think this is just a cruel joke on the devs' part to leave this thing in the game? I don't know. I hope not, but we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. McDuck out. Peace.